live better lives. So we're going to have, before I start my talk, we're going to have some fun. When I point to this side of the room, I like to split right down the middle. Robert knew what he was doing. When I point to this side of the room, you're going to yell as loud as you can. Live! You want to rehearse? You guys be quiet. Now over here, you're going to yell life. Ready? Let's rehearse. Life! Awesome. Now stand up. Because when we do this, we got to move. So everybody starts to hop a little bit, just like that. All right. Good. Put your arms in the air. Keep them up. Keep moving. Are you ready for your job? Now, I'm going to point to this side twice in a row, so it's all about Simon Says. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's about living life. You listen to Lee's story, and so Lee was just curious. He was curious about where his origins were, and he hit a few walls along the way, but he just kept firing along. He kept on, fighting. He had his good days and his bad, but he lived life. He's here with a beautiful wife and two beautiful sons because he filled his calendar with yes. I know when Jim Carrey had that movie, Yes Man. It was based in basically that, So if you do nothing, what do you get?
Nothing.
What are the first two letters of nothing?
No.
No. So, all I'm asking you to do, and all I'm asking you to do to live life, is to follow the simple rules. You look at the 10 Commandments. You follow those, chances are you're going to be moving in the right direction. If you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, you got 12 steps. Now, I got a new book coming out in February called The Big Picture. The Big Picture is not an exercise book, not like the one that I've written before, not like Bring It or Crush It. And there's some recipes in there and some diet information, but it's not really about that. It's about the big picture. It's about living a life where you thrive. I talked about that before, and not just surviving. So there's some basic things that you need to know, and I'm going to give you a little introduction to what the book's about right here, right now. And this applies to two areas of your life: your health and your wellness, and building your business. Raise your hand if you're not a Beachbody coach. You're just invited here. You have no idea what's going on. You're like, who are these crazy people? All right, we're nice and tall, right? I can see it. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 20, more than 20 people. So raise your hand if you're a full-time coach. That's all you do. That's all you do. Everybody else, I'm assuming, raise your hand so I can see the numbers. You're a coach, but you also have a job doing something else. Raise your hand. Now, everybody's different. Some people have jobs that they love, and the coach is extra income. My sister, for example, is somebody who her husband works, she works, they got 3 kids, their lives are complete chaos. She works part-time at 38.5 hours a week because her bosses are punks, and they make her work more than she wants to, and every time she says no, they have a conniption, and they threaten to fire her. And so she's very slowly, very surely beginning to build her business so she doesn't have to deal with those 2 people anymore, her 2 bosses. All right, so as a coach, 5 years ago, didn't know about it, multi-level marketing, what the hell is Beachbody doing? Are they out of their mind? This is crazy. It's bad reputation for the company. Multi-level marketing has an X factor attached to it because you have a person and you build a thing and then you become a diamond coach or a diamond coach. And what does it all mean? There's also all these bad feelings about it. But now she makes an additional $45,000 a year, and apparently it's okay. So she makes a regular salary, which is about $100,000 a year. Now she makes $140,000, and she wants one to overtake the other. And that's her main goal, because as a coach, that's something that she loves, loves, loves. She loves having webinars and seminars and phone calls, and she loves helping people who are struggling so that they can feel better through exercise and psychology and supplementation and a diet. That's where her passion is, because it's not about just making money and a shit job. Sorry. that's ultimately where it is. So everyone's different. Some of you have a job that you love, and the coaching thing is great because it helps you get these products a little bit cheaper, and it helps you share that with other people, and that's good. So here's some of the basic things that you can apply to your life, to your health, to your wellness, to your fitness, to your diet, and to your business, so that you can thrive instead of survive. So let me see those hands again with people who are still not quite there when it comes to their health and fitness. You feel like you've still got a long way to go. Straighten your arms. Most of you. So here's what it is. And some of you might have heard these before, but maybe you haven't applied them to the business aspect of things, and I'm going to tie those two together. Number one is variety. It's what P90X is. It's what P90X2 is. It's what 3 is. It's variety, variety, variety. So when it comes to your health and wellness, if you're a raw vegan that does Pilates only, okay, if that works and you're happy, you're thin, and everything is great, well, I'm not going to mess with you. I'm not going to mess with your formula. But if you're struggling and you're only doing just yoga booty ballet, or you're just doing Brazilian butt lift, and you're paleo, you might want to just consider doing new things. So fellas, get on the Pilates and get on the yoga, and ladies, start moving some iron. Because the beautiful thing about moving iron and moving your body and doing resistance exercises is it burns calories for 24 hours. Cardio-only programs only burn calories while you're doing it for about a half an hour after you're done. And then it stops working. That soreness that you feel in your arms and in your legs and in your butt and in your lats and in your biceps and your triceps because of doing push-ups and pull-ups. I know I can't do pull-ups. Put your damn foot on a chair and shut up and do them. Do it! Work on your weaknesses as much as your strengths. Get outside of your comfort zone. Begin to experiment. I'm going to Pilates. I'm getting on that silly reformer because I love my girl. Oh, by the way, it turns out to be pretty cool. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm getting there. That happened with me with yoga. That happened with me with mixed martial arts. That happened with all that balance stuff on one leg, 4-ball push-ups, impossibles, crawly crab presses, all that stuff in X2. I couldn't do that when I started. Just because I'm fit doesn't mean I'm going to be good at things the very first time. I had a learning curve like everybody else. But now, as opposed to being afraid of new things, I'm okay with it. I don't care. I'm just going to go to the experts. I'm going to work on my weaknesses, and that's what's going to get me healthy and fit and strong and give me a durable, less vulnerable body for the planet. So when it comes to building your business, variety basically means you've got to be involved. You've got to show up at these kinds of events. You've got to do webinars. You've got to start talking to people. What are you doing? You're making more money than me. I'm just going to copy your ideas. Don't be afraid to ask questions and get out of the box of doing the same thing over and over and over again. And create new ways of getting people excited about this. There was a bunch of gals, 4 gals that ended up at Beachbody, and their whole thing was selling challenge packs. That's it. And some folks are just Shakeology salesmen. But if you do all of it, all of the time, then chances are your business is going to grow. And maybe you won't have to work for those people that you don't want to work for. You can become a full-time coach and spend time with your family and your kids and work at home and build your own business. There's a way to do it. You just have to ask questions and talk to the right people. And not be afraid to fall on your face, just like you do with impossible push-ups and impossibles. And when it comes to the physical, the mental, and emotional are all tied together. It really depends on how far you want to be outside your comfort zone. Variety, number 1. You guys let me know on my time. I got 3:25. How much one shot? What do I need to be done? And where's the Robert? Whatever. I'll just keep going. They're going. I'm making love to them all. Here we go. So this one is so obvious. We talked about this earlier. Consistency. Some of you are working out 5 to 7 days a week. That's what's going to get it done. That's how you're going to change. So you got your variety. Now you have your consistency. Those 2 things, that is the magic that base your health and wellness. So I have, like I said, 7 workouts scheduled. Monday night, plyometrics. Tuesday morning, shoulders and arms. Wednesday night is either cardio circuit on machines or my brand new P90X3 cardio holding a med ball or a dumbbell. Thursdays is shoulders, is chest and back. My favorite day. I wish every day was Thursday. All the push-ups until, blood shooting out of my kneecaps. Can't get enough. And Friday is my new balls and boxes routine. All med ball, stability stuff, brand new stuff, and then a lot of plyometric stuff on plyo boxes that I bought. I have 4 of them in my backyard. And I just jump up and down, sideways, backwards, just love it, That's Friday, Saturday's yoga. Sunday is either UCLA track workout or my 3-hour gymnastics routine. Every day, something scheduled, automatic. It's on my calendar. So, how do you get consistent? Old school. Buy a calendar. A calendar that you pack. We supply them with the product sometimes, but they get torn up and thrown away, and after like the third round, it's gone, it's all marked up. So buy a new one, write down all your workouts in advance. All of them, Monday through Sunday, all the way through, all 4 weeks. What time and with who? If you're working out alone by yourself at 5 o'clock in the morning in the basement at 15 degrees, I don't know who you are, but you're amazing, because that ain't me. Hi, honey, I know it's still dark and I have to feed the kids and go to work, but I'm going to do an hour and a half of yoga downstairs by myself. What? You get a medal. All right? But for the rest of you that are having a tough time being consistent, you better find somebody else to do it with. Who's a member of a fit club? Raise your hand. Who has no idea what a fit club is? No idea. Fit club. Clueless. It's a thing that you do where you call in people and say, I am really crappy at being consistent. Let's commit to something for 90 days. Online, in your garage, at the local gym. Boom. Every single one of my workouts, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is with some friends. If nobody showed up on Monday night at 6 o'clock to do plyo, guess where I would be? On the couch watching football. Monday Night Football. Now I TiVo it and I watch it without commercials and one third at a time. And so, same thing Tuesday morning. Nobody shows up. I'll do it later. Consistency is everything. So, if you're working out 15 days a month, that means 15 days a month you're doing nothing. So you got 15 fighting the other 15, and it's just an endless battle of half-assed results. So like I said before, just pray. Skip brushing your teeth. That's nasty. Right? So the things that we automatically do to survive, great. Keep doing those. But the things that you need to thrive, to live up here all the time, means you've got to exercise 5 to 7 days a week. At the end of the month, you hang that red magic marker on the calendar, and every time you do one of those workouts, you'll make a red X, and you make another one, and another one. And I hope to God that we see 22 X's at the end of the month. Minimum 22, magic number. Get those 22 red X's. 23 is good, 24 is better, 25 is pretty awesome. You can miss a day or two. It's totally all right. Variety, consistency. Number 3 is intensity. You cannot keep doing it the same way you did it at the beginning. You can't do a curl the same way. You can't do a pull-up the same way. You can't do yoga the same way. There has to be some visual improvement. There has to be a form. The way you do the movement has to improve. You have to jump a little higher. You got to get your knees up a little bit more. You got to go lower in that warrior 2. You got to go deeper in that reverse warrior. You have to try to straighten that leg when you're in half moon. All these things matter. Look at old people and the way they train. Their range of motion, even though they're committed, even though they're working hard, even though they're working out maybe 5 to 7 days a week, what happens if you're not paying attention to the way you're doing things, the range of motion gets shorter and shorter and shorter, and you become more and more vulnerable. So you have to go, okay, are my arms all the way down? Are they coming all the way up? Am I turning? Am I not doing this? I see people in the gym going, smoke a cigarette. What are you doing? All right, we watch old people run. We're not running anymore. Just walk. You want to make sure that. Right? You want to move. You want to stretch. You want to, you have all your moves. I think I blew out both my knees. So intensity. Huge, super important. And how do you create intensity automatically? Working on your weaknesses. You automatically work on your weaknesses. You start doing exercises. And I'm not asking you boys to go do Brazilian butt lift. I don't know what he's doing there. So, but still, try it. My life, who knows? Variety, consistency, intensity. So when it comes to building your business, when it comes to intensity or consistency, you've got to do it more often. I mean, you cannot do this Beachbody business twice a week for an hour. I'm a coach. You know how many active coaches there are compared to actual coaches? The number is quite substantial. There's 120,000 coaches. There's 80,000 that we call active. There's 20,000 that are actually making a decent living, and there's around 10,000 that are going, I'm good, I'm cool. So I don't know if you want to be one of the 120,000 that are just sort of, I'm a coach. How much you check last month? So it really comes down to, okay, I've got a variety of ways in which I'm being creative when it comes to building my business and exercising regularly. I'm consistent. I'm doing something every day. I mean, obviously, you've got a full-time job and kids. But if you're a coach and you're doing this once in a blue moon when you kind of feel like it, you're not a coach. You're a hack. Is that too direct? You know what I mean? I mean, either you're in, either you're with us, or you're against us. You know what I mean? So why not be with us? Because that's a better way to live your life. Because you're healthy, you're fit, you take care of business, you take care of your family, you get to thrive. But when you do it half-assed, just do something else. Go be an electrician or a carpenter or a secretary or a plumber. Those are all respectable jobs. But either, it's okay to have two. But if you're going to be a coach, do it. Do it. Commit those first, like Lee said. The beginning's a little funky because what is this and how do I do it and whatever. Ask a bunch of questions. How do you think P90 Power 90, P90X, or P90X3 happened? Because I knew what I was doing from the beginning? Not a shot. Not a shot. I don't know how to do it with the sidearm balance and think, how do I engage I just ask. And then I ask over and over again because I'm not very bright. I don't remember. Bad memory. So that's it. I just say, I'm sorry. Tell me again. I know I keep asking the same question, but on this move, is my hand, my elbow? I used to see me at a seminar. What's with this guy? This is how it was the first 20 years. And when I was in first grade through college, I did this. Does everybody know what we're talking about? Sat on my hands. Sat on my hands, pretending I knew. I didn't know a thing. So that's really important. Now, when it comes to your long-term success, so you can start out pretty well, have some early success, and then it falls away. Who started a health or wellness or diet program, lost some calories, got in some shape, and then you kind of ended up back where you were, or maybe not as bad, but you lost your way. Raise your hand. Got in shape, got out of shape. Anybody? Anyone? How does that feel? It's nothing like being at the mountaintop and then falling back down the mountain again. It's awful. You're better off never having been in shape or being healthy and not knowing. But when you know, and then whatever happened, my boyfriend broke up with me. I started eating cake. I couldn't help it. Exercise. I'm too sad. I only exercise when the biometric pressure is 28.9. That's only. There's a lot of things that happen in life to make it really tough. So, the key here is to have a purpose. It's so profound, it's so amazing that there's no way on God's earth you would ever stop when it comes to building your business and getting in shape and staying that way. So my purpose is every time I exercise, here are the things that happen. Like you look at those before and after pictures, right? And you see a lot of people, like the P90X3. What do you see? You see people who are not happy with their parents, who see a new physical change, and that's what gets you all to pick up the phone. But what gets you to continue to exercise months and months and years later is this. When you exercise today, your strength improves today, your flexibility improves today, your pain is less. Who are the two gentlemen that said they had horrible back pain and now their back pain is cured because it's amazing what can happen so you need your doctor and your pharmacist as much as you think. So when I exercise today, I'm more flexible, I'm stronger, my self-esteem improves, I have better cognition, better memory, I'm less vulnerable, I'm more durable. I go from being sad and depressed and happy and optimistic. These are all the things that happen immediately. Who felt better after the workout this morning than they did before they started? What that feeling is norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, brain-derived neurotropic factor inside your temporal lobe, inside your dentate gyrus, flying around, changing your brain chemistry, and it's called neurogenesis. And the only way you get neurogenesis, which is brand new cells inside your brain, is through breathing oxygen and exercise. That's it. You can stick a needle in your arm, you can drink a bucket of coffee, you can do a bunch of blow, you can smoke a bunch of weed, right? And you're going to have norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, and brain, but you're not going to get brain-derived neurotropic factor because the proteins and molecules that vibrate and come together from exercise know you're smoking weed. So you're going to dump a bunch of dopamine in, and you're going to feel really good until you feel really bad. And you're going to repeat that cycle. Do you improve your health and wellness? No. But when you move your butt every single time, it gets better and better and better, and the aging clock goes tick, 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 tick. You know, I say I'm 55, but I'm really 104 years old. I was born in 1921. It's true. I wouldn't make that up. So my purpose is move today, better today. Not, oh, I'm going to move today with the hope that when I take my 30-day picture, I'm going to look better so that I can have a smaller dress and the number on the scale is smaller and I can go with a tape measure and so I can look good in a dress at a wedding in front of a bunch of people who don't care. They don't care. You know why? Because they're focused on themselves, not you. So I work out today, I feel good today. Take 2 days off. Who's had that sort of exercise bipolar disorder? Feel good, feel bad? You might as well just do nothing and just feel shitty all the time. Because working out 1 day, 2 days, taking 3 days off, it's going to make you a psycho. It's going to make you crazy. Purpose. That's why I work out. Today's going to be better. I'm going to become more flexible. I'm going to learn how to do donkey kicks. You did donkey kicks every day. You think they'd be pretty good after 30 days? Damn straight. The more you do, the better you get. Focus on better instead of this. Or maybe this a little. I got about 8 seconds left. I got 2 more topics. Number 1, the plan. Number 5, the plan. So, plan accountability. I kind of scratched on this before. Figure out what you're going to do with and when. That's your plan. Next. Most important category. Only because of time constraints. Food. Food, food, food. Who struggles with the food? Raise your hand. That's all of you, so shut up and raise your hand. Who does not have a problem with food? Clean, all the way, all the time, never cheat. Yeah. By the way, this healthcare crisis, it's because of the food. Period. It's the junk we put in our mouth. These companies have manufactured this fat, sugar, and salt and chemicals, and it is poison, 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 but because they got celebrities selling it, they got commercials all the time, they sponsor sporting events, it's everywhere. Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. No, it doesn't. It raises your cortisol levels and screws up your kidneys, but drink up because they got a great ad campaign. We spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy making Shakeology was what it is. So, I didn't really say that right, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's an amazing, amazing product. It truly, truly is. And so you can take it or not. You're going to get results or you won't, depending on whether you take it or not. When it comes to your diet, paleo, vegan, raw, vegetarian, flexitarian, I don't know. Eat healthy food. Look down at your plate and see if your great-great-great-grandmother would recognize what's on your plate. If it's Doritos or Dr. Pepper, she had no idea what the heck that is. There was no obesity crisis before 1978. It didn't exist. 78 on. It's just, we all blew up like balloons. Because the portions went through the roof and the quality went, give me that. Food. Who's had pancakes or waffles in the last 2 weeks? Don't lie because I can read your damn mind. Put it up. Pancakes or waffles. Nice and straight. Work your shoulder. Guess what? You had birthday cake for breakfast. Birthday cake, same thing. It's white flour, syrup, and butter. You woke up and had friggin' birthday cake. Put a candle in the damn thing and blow it out. Every time you have pancakes or waffles, you'll be blowing out less candles, trust me. It's not food. It's not food. It's not food. Bacon, probably one of the greatest tasting things in the world. Fried pig. Deep fried pig. I don't eat bacon anymore. Except by accident if it's in a salad. What's this, bacon? So, who struggles with the food? Raise your hand. Struggle. So, if there was no Beachbody, no fitness products, none, and we all ate well, you wouldn't need us. You wouldn't need us. Not necessary. We might not be as strong as we are. We might not be as flexible as we are. We might not be as athletic and capable physically as we are. But we'd all be healthy. Food is fitness. I'm sorry, wrong. See, exercise is fitness. Food is health. Food is health. Food is supplementation. So, do you need supplementation? If you're working out 6 days a week, you sure do. You need something to help the healing process. You need something to help those muscles come back around. You really, really do. Supplements are everything. Shakeology, creatine, multivitamin, you name it. I take 60 pills a day. Jack Lane took over 120. Lived to 96. His parents died in their 50s. His genetics said dead young. He outlived them by half a century because he ate fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, and tons of supplements so that his body would be able to do what he asked it to do so he could heal and come back the next day. It's that simple. Is that a one-size-fits-all? Yes. In my opinion, it is. If you don't exercise very much, you eat pretty well, you don't need supplements, really, for the most part. If your sleep is good, sleep is everything. Sleeping is healing. Sleep is everything. On that happy list, exercise 1, sleep number 2. Who feels like they get 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep every single night? Raise your hand. You got it. Who does not? You're effed. Watch less TV, get your butt in bed. I know there's work constraints. I know there's kid constraints. I know there's a lot of things going on. But I think a lot of us are spending too much time doing this, too much time doing this. Who spends time on Facebook? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's rotting our brains. Really honest. It's not like I'm trying to sell you, and do that 80% of the time. 80 or 90% of the time. 90% greatly. 8% maybe not as good. That means the other 10 or 20, cookies, key lime pie, French fries, Coca-Cola, friggin' whatever that is on the floor. But don't eat that stuff all the time. And if you don't buy it, it's not in the house, you can't eat it. Oh, but my kids, good. Well, ruin your kids so they have to go through the same bunch of crap. You listen, they don't buy the food. Shut up, eat it, or get hungry. What do you want me to do? Amen. Oh, but who runs the show? You run the show. You're doing them a huge favor. They're going to jump up and down and freak out because they can't have a soda. Give them a treat once in a while. Explain it to them. Explain to them in English what they need to do and how they need to do it, and they're going to be better off. I've seen so many videos and photos of your kids doing crazy things physically. I mean, it's so fun to watch that you're doing it with your kids and setting that example, which is changing the planet. You got to do it with the food as well. Give them snacks here and there, but keep it at a minimum, or they're going to suffer needlessly. They don't have to. And you're the ones that feed them. You're the ones with the food budget. You're the ones that affect that. And by the way, when they're eating too much sugar, it's affecting their performance in school. Guaranteed, the science is there. We all know that right now. Also, as adults, sugar feeds cancer cells. Sugar feeds it. We all got them in us, mutants, and we're going to spark it with a little bitty, too many Snickers bars, too many M&Ms, too many ice cream sandwiches, whatever. Greens fight cancer. Sugar feeds it. It's pretty well known. So, thank you very, very much, everybody.
All right. Hey, from here, we're going to take a 5 to 10 minute just transportation break. If you need to go by the bathroom, that's great, but meet back downstairs on the first floor. Again, thank